So you might be confused as to why I'm filming in my car when I literally never film in my car. The premise of this video is that you cannot give up on yourself, on your self-advocacy, on your courage, on your hope when things start to get bad, because that's when that stuff matters. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm confident, I can do whatever, all these things, when things are good. That's when you don't need it. When things are good, you're fine. When things get difficult, you can't give up on your self-advocacy. You can't give up on all the effort that you put into yourself, because that's when it matters. That's when you need it. That's the whole point of these things. If you're confident until things get hard, until people start pressuring that confidence, pushing against that confidence, then you were never confident to begin with. If you advocate yourself only up until someone says no, then you were never advocating for yourself. When things get difficult, that isn't a sign for you to give up. That's not a sign for you to just take the easy way out or find another way. That's a reason for you to keep pushing forward. That's an obstacle that you need to overcome. And yes, obviously have a backup plan. Don't like be blind and unreasonable and just rely on hope when there's nothing to back it up. But at the same time, don't just have a little mishap and then go and give up on everything. Even if it's not a little mishap, even if things really get messed up, if you give up on your plans or your goals, then what was the point of them? Because if you were just hopeful that things would continue to be good so that you could complete your goals, that was where the blind hope was. Not when things get bad and you continue to stick with your goals. Because that's actual perseverance, grit, courage. That's not blind hope. The blind hope is when you hope that things will continue to be good, because things will go bad. This is real life. Things will go in your way. There will be obstacles, there will be tough times, and if you just hope that things stay good so that you can achieve those goals, that's where the actual blind hope is. Not when things get hard and then you keep persevering, you keep advocating for yourself, you keep pushing. When you keep advocating for yourself, that's when you can actually not only grow so much as a person, because you grow during the tough times, not the easy times, but also that's when you find success. That's when people give up, and if you don't give up, then that's where you find success, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. The second it stops being easy is when you need to actually push yourself, advocate for yourself, have the courage to try hard things, to do the risky things. And of course, I'm not saying don't have a backup plan. Have a backup plan, and if things are really not going well, you should know when to give up on something. But you need to have that confidence in yourself to be like, I'm gonna keep pushing through. I'm not going to let this knock me down. And it's not as easy as just being like, oh, I'm just gonna be confident, I'm gonna advocate for myself, because people will actively push against that. People will keep saying, just take the easy way out, just give up. But you can't give up. That's giving up on yourself, on your goals, on your own values, especially if you value things like confidence and self-advocacy. Giving up on those values is like literally giving up those core things that make you a person, because I think your values are one of the most important things about you. And if you give up on that because it's easier, then those were never your values to begin with. And I know I've talked in other videos that I don't really believe in discipline. I believe in motivation. Motivation gets difficult when things get hard, but you should care more about getting your goals and being motivated towards your goals rather than being motivated toward what is easy. Because if you're motivated toward what is easy and what looks nice, what's easy in that moment, then obviously when things get hard, you're not going to want to push through anymore. And that shows where your values are, where your goals are, where you're actually at. You can't let your goals and your values and your passions and your own life, things that you work toward, be an illusion. They have to be real and concrete things. And when they are real, when you're actually motivated toward that goal and not something that's easy or something that looks nice and flashy, then when things get hard, you will still have that motivation. I still don't believe in relying on discipline because it feels so forced to me. I don't believe in forcing yourself to do things because you only have one life. Why would you force yourself to do something you don't want to do? But when it gets to a point where it's hard, you have to be able to say, like, you know what, these are my values, and I believe that things will be better if I keep pushing toward this goal. Genuinely loving your goals, genuinely believing yourself, genuinely holding on to these values will motivate you to keep going. People saying no to you, people pushing against your ideas and your opinions and the things that you're working toward, that's not going to stop you. If anything, like, that's gonna turn you into someone like me who's screaming in their car, not screaming, but like yelling in their car about how important advocacy is, how important sticking with your goals is, how important these things are, because like the motivation and the passion that I have is so strong. I don't even need discipline. I talk about not needing discipline all the time, and I am still working toward my goals so much, not because I'm disciplined, but because there's so much passion and motivation. Literally no one can take that away from me. No one can just say, no, I don't think that's gonna work, or I don't think that's feasible, I don't think that's gonna happen, I don't think that that's realistic, whatever. If someone else has it, it's realistic and it's possible. And even if no one has it, There's a first for everything. I think that you should advocate as much as you can for your goals, and if things don't work out, have a backup plan. Obviously, I'm not saying like go be reckless. What I'm saying is that you need to know exactly where your priorities lie, exactly what your values are, and exactly what your goals are, and you cannot let anything stop you from getting there. Not hard times, not people saying no, not even easy times. Sometimes people think like during easy times they don't need to try, like everything's just like falling in their lap, and then hard times are gonna come and you're gonna be screwed. You need to know exactly what you want and work toward that. And even if you don't know exactly what you want, just have like some sort of concept of it and work toward it. You can't let other people dictate that kind of thing. You can't let other people control you or tell you what you can and can't do. You can't let other people get in the way of your own confidence and independence and advocacy. Because at the end of the day, you know yourself the best, you know your goals the best, you know what you want the best, and you cannot let other people tell you that what you want is wrong or what you want is impossible, not feasible, and you shouldn't be working hard toward this or anything. No one else will tell you that it's worth it. You need to be able to tell yourself that it is worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Please subscribe for more content, meaningful content, philosophical content, video essays, I don't know, just a bunch of random stuff. I'm trying to pay for college, hopefully through YouTube monetization, so any likes, subscribe, comment, anything really means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!